Hey, this is Billy from Pastures Farm, and we're moving as we stated in the last video, and it's exciting, it's exhausting, but we have a lot to do. And chief among them right now, we're not getting rid of this place. We're setting everything up, pruning all the trees. We're going to coppice all the legume trees. We're going to do all that stuff and get it done today so we can be ready to move, and we got to be on the first thing smoking in about a week. All right, folks. This is the tree that we worked on a while back in that previous tree training video. And it's that time. I mean, it's still going to take a while. It still needs to train for a while. It hasn't been long enough. But there's a criteria in the method we use. We're basically using the method made famous by Stefan Subkowiak. Yeah, say that 3 times. The LBL method is what we're going to do. There's a little bit more to it, but in essence, it's the low branches, anything about 42 inches and lower. The B stands for big branches like this one, anything that's 50% or greater than where it's attached to. And then the L, the other L, the branches that are in the lane, which in this case is going to be this way and this way. So basically, we want this tree looking like an X-Wing fighter out of Star Wars, where we want it like this and like this. Nothing straight from the side, nothing in the lanes. And it's going to be especially helpful for us because in this particular case, we're actually going to turn this orchard, which is what this is. We're going to turn it, since we're not going to be here all the time, we're going to turn this orchard into a food forest. Now, in a food forest, we don't have to worry about it doing a whole lot of pruning or really much at all. But in this particular case, we're going to be pruning this one up because you know what? I love to prune trees. I love to do it. And I know it's going to really go a long way as far as the root growth that this tree is going to have through the fall and through the winter. And then when spring rolls around, it'll blow up. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to chop this one off. But now keep in mind, we can't take more than 1/3 of a tree in 1 year. Okay, the first branch we want to take, remember, is 50% greater than the trunk that's attached to. So this one we're going to take, but see, if you'll take a good look at it, this alone is about 1/3 of this tree. So I'm not going to take anything else, not anything major. So let me hop to it. Now I can go about this one of 2 ways. I can use this handy dandy tree saw, bam, or I can use those loppers. Now, if you're going to do it this way, you want to cut it underneath. So when you do get on it and come down on it, now typically I would do this with a Sawzall, but okay, now since we cut this off, you're going to notice when spring rolls around, we're going to have a bunch of shoots popping out of here. And of those, we can select which ones we want. We don't want any that are pointing straight up like we had with these. You know, these were still small enough we could train. So anyway, all these shoots that are going to pop out of here, we can then select the one we want and then go from there. Now, the next thing we want to do, the low branches. This one isn't 50% greater than where it's attached, so we can leave it. And then we knew this a while back. The reason I never even attempted to train this one is because we knew we were going to prune it. Now, we're not going to worry about it being too low. That's not a big issue right now, but we're going to worry about the chimney. And that's anywhere, if you take your finger and your hand and your thumb, typically from here to here is about 6 inches roughly. So anything within that 6 inches of the base of this tree, we're going to prune. Okay, so we really only want 12 to 14 branches on this tree. So I'm going to select the ones. I don't want any branches that are directly below another branch, like this one here. I want to knock that one out. Easy enough. This one's directly above the other. This one here looks pretty weak. There and there. And if I count them up, we have a little more than we need. So I'm going to select the best ones. So like Subkowiak teaches, you want that branch looking like the fingers at the end of your hand. So anything below will be shaded, anything above is going to be weak. So we want to get rid of those, and that's exactly what we're going to do right now. All right, so this is one of our legume trees. And typically with these trees, now in this particular case, the sheep back there absolutely love them. It's a mimosa. And we've planted typically 2 mimosas on each side of every production tree. And then every 3rd tree down the line, the way Subkowiak teaches, is nitrogen, apple, pear, or can be a nitrogen, pear, peach, whatever it is, the third tree is always a nitrogen fixer. And in this particular case, it's either a honey or a black locust. But these guys serve so many awesome purposes. In addition to that, they're adding biomass to the soil. And every time we prune them, or in this particular case, we're going to coppice, and on the other one, we'll pollard. Coppicing, pollarding. So in this particular case, we're just going to chop this up. It'll self-prune underground, and it'll be, as it always is, a great benefit, in this particular case, right next to this fig. So hopefully the roots in time will be touching among these two. But anyway, in this particular case, we're just going to coppice it. We're going to bring it down low and snip, snip. So in this particular case, all I'm going to do is chop this sucker up. I'm going to put it right there in the swale. We could use it to dress around these trees. We could do that. If you'll notice in this particular case, remember, this is that fig. Down in this ditch of the swale, on this side, remember, catty corner of that fig, like I said, in addition to the black locust that we have where a productive tree would typically be, flanking each side of every productive tree, we have a mimosa. Now, this is the one, we just coppiced the one back there, and in catty corner on this side, it's probably an overkill, but who cares? Who's gonna say, I mean, the tree's not gonna complain that we have too much of what it needs in the soil. So we're gonna go ahead and coppice this one as well. But get over there and we'll pollard the next one. All right, in this particular case, we have right here, I'm down in the top swale of our highest swale. This is a Carla Rose Nectarine, and frankly, folks, we thought we lost it. It was doing this strange, weird color thing. I don't know what was happening, and then all of a sudden it just bounced back. So of all the trees we've had in here, in 1, 2, 3 swales, where there's probably 40 trees in this particular area, we've only lost one. Now in this particular case, I'm not gonna coppice, which is down low, I wanna pollard it up high because it's going to act as a canopy when it grows. Remember, this is North Texas. It gets hot as the blazes down here. So I want something that's going to be able to provide a canopy for these trees that may be a little suspect. It's going to look all funky, but guess what? These are trees that are made for this. They're going to do better every time you coppice or pollard. It's self-pruning underground, what you don't see, adding biomass to the soil. Now what I'm going to do in this particular case, I'm going to chop these pieces up, and I can use it as a mulch ring. Now, typically when we do this, we'll go ahead and alternate with this comfrey that just happens to still be alive. We'll take this comfrey along with this. We can just alternate layers in this particular case around all of these productive trees. So there's no waste. This is a great benefit to this. Because I know of where the sun tracks through the sky here, it makes a lot more sense for me to take this thing that was touch and go before and provide maybe something of a canopy when the weather starts to get hotter and hotter. So that's what we're going to do. All right, here we have one of our black locusts, and you'll always notice, folks, the trees that you want to grow most are not the ones that grow most. In fact, the ones that grow best are the ones that seem to always be nuisances. This particular case, we have a black locust here, and we got it for several reasons. Remember, in permaculture, we don't just have just one single thing. This black locust not only provides biomass for our trees, is a nitrogen fixer for our trees. Also in this particular case, on that side we got an apple, on that side we have a plum, and the roots are going to marry up with these guys underground, so that's exactly what we want. I'm not going to worry about doing anything. I could train this tree. It's not necessary. Okay, here's another one of those situations where we have a peach. Now when I'd pruned it last year, in fact this time last year, you can see where it was only this high. Well, as you can see, well, actually, it started out when we first planted this thing, it was probably this high. And now it's grown up. Now, where I pruned it last year, it's not very productive. In fact, we'll get that out of there. And we'll select something else to be the central leader going up. But right off the bat, you can see with this particular peach, well, this is probably 120% the size that it's attached to. Actually, I'm probably not even going to take that out. Because if I take this out, that's almost a half of the tree. Remember, we only want to take a third. So I'm just going to take a piece off of it and we'll see how it goes. All these shoots shooting up there, who knows, that might be a good candidate for our central leader. So we're going to play around. We're going to hope that this one becomes our central leader going up the middle. We'll see how that works out. Okay, if you want to learn how to train a tree, watch this previous video that we have, and you'll learn all about it. So folks, wish us luck. We got so much to get done between now and when we plan on rolling out. So we'll see you the next time, and thanks so much for watching. This is Billy the Permaculture Pimp Daddy from Pastures Farm